I recently posted a video all about my experience with social anxiety, and in that video I kind of may have bashed on social media and influencing. We can often just see all these people selling us and advertising to us, and I'm no exception. I'm no exception to some of these things that I'm going to talk about. I try to be responsible, but at the same time I can fall for these traps as well. So I wanted to talk to you about the dark side of influencing and just kind of share some things that I've noticed to help you be able to really consume media with a more conscious mind and actually know, okay, this is the effect that media has on me, and then also what is the motive behind it. So those are the two things that I definitely recommend. You don't have to quit social media. After I had been diagnosed with social anxiety, it definitely helped me tremendously, and then I wanted to make this YouTube channel and to really talk about my experience and all those things and talk about minimalism and how that helped me. So I went down this rabbit trail, but you don't have to quit all social media. I think that the main thing is that you have to be aware of the effect that it has on you, and then also what is the main motive behind that channel. Like, is it trying to sell you on fashion? Is it trying to sell you on things that you need for your home? Is it trying to sell you that you need all of these things to be happy? What is the motive behind that channel? And then also, what effect does it have on you? Those things are things that I would definitely recommend if you're trying to curate your media. The first point is that we're just as impressionable as anyone else. My example for this is some Lululemon leggings. I went to go buy some leggings for my birthday, and I wanted to treat myself to something that was high quality and that would last me for a long time. And so I go to YouTube and I look up tons of reviews, and I find this YouTuber that all she does is reviews leggings. So I feel like she had a lot of credibility, and she did lots of in-depth reviews. And so I go through all this and I find the perfect one, the one that's gonna last me forever and I went to the store, bought it, used it for few months, and it started pilling and it started like tearing at the seam, like at the waist. And I honestly felt like, oh, she bamboozled me. I was bamboozled. And honestly, I had to really kind of think to myself, well, if she has this giant wardrobe of leggings, because all she does is review leggings, she's probably not wearing the same one over and over and over again to be able to tell me whether it's gonna last the span of time. It can happen with me being on the other end as well. Like, I can definitely recommend something to somebody that has worked for me that I think would be a good fit, and then end up finding out, oh, it has toxic chemicals, or oh, maybe that's not something that you should actually use in your home. And even with the example of the leggings, like, let's say I actually go to recommend these because that person recommended them to me, and then I'm recommending them, and then I realize, oh, they have chemicals in them that are endocrine disruptors, which can actually be harmful for your body. It can be so easy to fall for that. And so anytime you're looking up buying something, or you're looking for reviews, or even if you're not looking to buy something, if there's a YouTuber that's constantly like selling you stuff, actually like do your due diligence and actually ask yourself, do I really need that? Research the things that you're actually going to buy, because we're just as flawed as anybody else and we can make mistakes in this regard. And also keep in mind that influencers are constantly offered free products. Like, even with my small YouTube channel, I'm constantly offered, I'll give you this, and just so that I can recommend it to people. There's been studies on this, and don't quote me because I don't remember any resources. I'm not that person that like knows all the data, but I remember that I heard about the data. But basically, there's been studies that show that whenever you receive a gift, even though you'll try to be unbiased and you'll try to actually share your honest opinion, you're gonna be nicer because they gifted it to you. Like, they were nice. You want to reciprocate that niceness. You don't want to be mean to the person that just gave you something for free. And so it can be really easy to kind of upplay this particular item that you received because it's free. And I'm no exception to this. I was contacted by a company that sold wool products, and I thought this was gonna be a great fit. I was super excited. I thought, yes, like, this is something that's gonna last a long time. It's gonna be high quality, ethically made. Like, this is perfect. And so I'm searching through all of their products, and I'm actually like looking at the actual composition of their stuff that they're selling. And I'm seeing, yeah, some wool mixed with other fibers, mixed with other blends. And I'm thinking, this is just great advertising. You're just fooling people with great advertising because you're actually selling toxic chemicals, claiming to be this non-toxic company, claiming to be this like ethically made and like really good thing, when you're kind of sneaking it in there little by little. And I thought to myself, man, like, it can be so easy being on the other end to kind of fall for this idea that we are given the best thing. You know, we always want the shiny new thing. But enough about advertising and selling you on stuff, because I think consumerism is definitely a topic of its own and something that we could spend a lot of time talking about, because social media has a lot to do with advertising and consumerism, and it just kind of adds to that issue. But something else that I want to share with you is that our homes can often be just as chaotic, if not more. And right now, like this is nice and clean, but if I turn it around, like it's pitch black outside, here, maybe I will. Although it might be kind of hard to put the camera back, so maybe I won't. But right now on my kitchen countertop, like there's a few dishes that we arrived home late last night, and so there's a few dishes over there, and there's tons of supplements and medicines because my husband had been ill, and we have them on the counter in different like little stacks because it's a lot easier to actually remember, okay, this is what we take in the morning, and this is what we take this time. And so this is definitely not a time where my home is super clean, super neat and tidy, and all my counters are clear. Like, man, when we came home with all these different supplements, I'm like, people would say this is not a minimalist home because it's all over the counter. So just know we are just as flawed as you are, and this here is like curated, it's cleaned up, you know, we kind of pat down the sofas and we might toss a blanket. There's a blanket on the floor. There's a blanket on the floor right now because I didn't want it on the sofa. So what you're seeing is this edited, photoshopped version sometimes. Like, it's not how people are actually living their life every single day, and it can be so easy to compare ourselves to that ideal. And I'm no exception to that either, being on the other end, like actually watching other YouTubers. Like, I should not compare my life to somebody else's ideal life and to somebody else's edited, scripted life. We have to realize that a lot of these videos are scripted, they're edited, they're not showing you everything. And even me, like, I'm not showing you my kids' tantrums. Like, why would I do that? It would be disrespectful to them. So I would show my homemaking or beauty of homeschooling or minimalism. I'm not going to show you my children's temper tantrums. I'll tell you that they definitely have them, but I won't show that. But it can kind of give you the wrong idea that that doesn't happen. And so we're just as flawed. I was recently watching a video on the it girl trend and how the it girl has to have the makeup look, the fashion, and have this aesthetic to her, but she's broke because most people don't have a certain set of money in their savings account for emergencies. If the people are trying to sell you on the it girl view would really tell you that you should try to manage your finances, how to save money, how to actually save for an emergency fund so that if something happens, you're not broke, then that would actually make you a lot happier rather than just having this vision of what the it girl means. Which leads me to my last point, and it's that those transformational videos, those motivational videos often show you a result years down the line. This is somebody that has worked on something for years and years and years, and now they're showing you, this is my life now. But what you don't see is all the work that it took to get there, all the sacrifices that it took to get there, all the tears that they cried, all the difficulties that they went through to actually live. What you see on the exterior is that ideal life. And this is something that I definitely fell for initially when I kind of removed social media, is that I would see all these videos of people that had overcome the things that I wanted to overcome, and I felt like, oh, I could never get there because they're just like so different. It felt like this really stretch of they are the place where I want to be and I'm all the way over here. But you've got to realize that those changes that you want to make take time, and this is not meant to be a discouragement, rather like to show you that even though you might feel like you're not making a lot of progress, you're making progress just by trying, just by working every single day at becoming a better person. I mentioned this one because comparison is really like the stem, I think personally, the root of the harm that social media can do to us, that we can often compare people. And so I don't want to be on this other end of the screen and act like my life is perfect, like I never struggle, like I never have a chaotic home. It definitely happens, and I don't also want to present like I could never go wrong. And even though I try to be super picky with brands, and that's the reason why I haven't had any kind of like sponsorships formally, is because I feel like I have to be super picky because I don't want to fail my audience. But at the same time, like, just to acknowledge that I can make a mistake, that there may be a time where I think something is going to work and it just doesn't work out. And to, one, be compassionate for ourselves and acknowledge that, but as the viewer, to not compare yourself, to love yourself, and to be mindful of the things that you're consuming. What effect does it have on you? And what is the motive? Again, kind of goes back to the very first thing that I said. What is the motive of the things that you're watching? Curate your media and actually remove anything that doesn't align with the life that you want to live. So I hope this video has been helpful. If you like this sort of video, be sure to thumbs up and subscribe so you won't miss when I post a new video. I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.